right, everybody. Welcome to another episode with Ghost Hunting Beauties. I am here in the studio in Tomball, Texas, and we have the Ghost Sisters. We've got Mandy and Chastity here today to tell us all about what it's like being a female paranormal team. And we are excited. We hope you're tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And thank you. Welcome, Mandy. Welcome, Chastity.
Hi.
He's like, hi.
Hello.
I'm so glad to have you. So
Glad.
I have to ask the question, how did you guys get started? What inspired you to form this team?
Me. But it was me. There's a prison here in Ohio called Mansfield Prison. And I have been wanting to go to this location since like 2007. And I finally was able to get in, and I told my sister, I said, you need to get a ticket because I want to go and I don't want to go alone. So she got her ticket, I got mine. And at the time I was working in law enforcement. So my sergeant let me wear his GoPro. And so I had a GoPro. I ordered some equipment. I had a geophone, the SB7 spirit box, and a flashlight. That's all I had.
Very cool.
So Chastity and I went, we investigated and captured some amazing stuff. We actually captured a shadow figure and an apparition walking.
Oh, wow. Yeah. On your first investigation?
Yes.
Holy
which
moly.
Landed us on Ghost Brothers because of that evidence we captured.
That is so cool.
I know. It was really interesting. Huh?
Did it scare you when you first saw it? Were you a little bit freaked out?
I didn't, at the time, I didn't see it with my eyes. I kept hearing the man. I kept hearing a man. He kept saying, hey, hey. And I was telling her, I said, I keep hearing this man, but we couldn't see him until the video was reviewed.
Wow.
Right in the beginning with the lights on.
Oh my gosh. So as soon as you started, you're already getting activity. I mean, that is pretty awesome.
I kept announcing that I was, I said, I'm a officer, and I was telling him my name. And so it was the guard that was said to have had something horrible happen to him in solitary.
Oh, wow.
So it was him, the guard, Frank. And I felt like he was checking up on us. Like, what are you doing down here? What are you ladies doing in solitary?
Right. So what did you think, Chastity? Did you have the same kind of reaction whenever you're like, oh my God, this is, wow.
It was new because I didn't even know you could do that. And out of the blue, hey, let's go ghost hunting. I'm like, what?
Right.
It was interesting.
Very.
Am I echoing to you guys or just me?
Yep, just a little bit. We'll have our tech guy work on that here in a second. Well, that's really interesting. So you decided, so it was just the two of you, or how many ghost sisters are there?
There's three of us, but that night it was just me and her that was there.
I hadn't even started my team yet at that time, but it was a week later. I was at work and I was talking to another coworker and telling her everything that happened, and we were out on break, and I'm like, I'm going to start up a team. And she's like, really? She goes, can I join? I was like, yeah. And so I call up my sister and I'm like, look, I'm starting up a team and you're joining me. And she's like, what? She's like, whatever. So
sure.
She's been with me from the beginning, and we've had different women on the team, but along the way, people just kind of fall off and they go start their own team. And we've always kept it as a female team. We've had two guys on the team, but they were behind us, the camera guy, the researcher, but eventually they all went their way, and we just kept it as a all-female team with no guys. And at some point, my baby sister ended up joining us. How long's she been on the team, Chastity? Like 2-3 years now, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now it's an
Wow.
actual biological team of real sisters. So
Oh, wow. So being sisters on a team, how often do y'all disagree?
a
Me and
lot.
Mandy are
We're real bad. And people love it. And I'm like, I'm trying to be serious. I mean, I'm funny when I'm out there, but I'm serious. But my sister, I don't know what's going to come out of her mouth, you know?
Oh,
And I'm like, Chastity, I'm like, watch what you say. And what? She doesn't even acknowledge like she's saying anything wrong, but we're like live, you know?
you're like,
I
"Shh."
just keep it real. I don't care.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
She keeps it a little too real.
Hey, it doesn't get more real than that. Oh man, so that's so exciting. So you guys have been doing it how many years all together when you finally formed Ghost Sisters?
It's been 6 years in October.
Wow,
We're 6 years in. Yep.
Man, I was gonna say, and y'all haven't strangled each other yet, being sisters. That's excellent.
It's been a close call.
Yeah, lots of
I've
close
had-
calls.
I've had to walk away. I'm like, walk outside. I'm like, I gotta go outside.
Oh man. You hear that a lot, even teams that are not biological. You get the disagreements, differing views, different reactions, different perceptions. So I can only imagine that being biological sisters. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've been watching a little bit of your content, and I have to say, man, y'all really are just not afraid to get into it. Like I saw that y'all went to an asylum recently. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's actually in our hometown, Marion, Ohio.
Really?
I believe it was built 1865 or 95, something like that. So it was an asylum, and then it became I think it was a hospital for just a very short time. It wasn't the original hospital in our hometown, no, but it was
Right.
just like because it was said that there was two asylums in our hometown, and whenever the one asylum got booked, they kind of spilled over into this big asylum,
Oh.
and they kind of took on people who had tuberculosis and mental illness, all those different things. Then in the 80s, it became apartments, and I'm like,
From
this
asylum
place.
to a
Yes, and it's huge, isn't it, Chastity? We kept getting lost all night long. We didn't know where we were. So, huge.
nothing says horror film like turning an asylum into an apartment complex.
I know. And the crazy
Right? That's
part
why I
is,
was like, why would they do that?
Right.
well, and
Like,
here's
did
the
the, did
crazy
the
thing.
residents know that it was turned into the apartment complex from an asylum?
I don't
I
think
think
they
so.
all did, because we had people commenting. They were like, I didn't even know it was an asylum. And then they would say,
Right.
well, that explains a lot, you know.
No. Okay. Oh my
Probably the
goodness.
people that went from Marion didn't know, but the Marion people had to know.
Right. So
The
people
older
moving in.
generation.
Yeah. Oh man. So what did you experience there?
I think she froze.
She did. There she is. There you are.
We lost you for a second.
The ghosts are
Yeah.
messing with us.
She's like, I experienced being frozen.
Is my connection pretty good?
Yeah, you're looking good.
Okay. All right, good.
So what was your experience like there?
Cold, really
Cold.
cold. It was snowing in Ohio on Halloween night. That's when we went, was
Really?
on Halloween night, and snow, and it made it drop down to like 30 something degrees. So it was really
Ooh.
cold, but it was an interesting night. We we got more communication with our spirit boxes than we did like hearing noises, or we didn't get anything on the recordings, nothing like that. But
Oh.
we did capture a quite interesting picture that was taken in one of the hallways. And
Ooh.
I'm one to say you got to watch out for pareidolia, because
Yeah,
you're
for
meant
sure.
to see faces. But I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, this really looks like a man with a top hat, and it looks like he's in a vest, and you see his mustache, and it almost looks like he's got a cigar. And he's just like
Really?
sticking his head out of the doorway. So
So those habits follow you into the afterlife, apparently. Like if you're a smoker here, you're a smoker there.
that must be because it was just weird. And when I posted that picture, I kind of just said, we're not for sure if we captured something here, and what's your thoughts? I kind of left it up to the followers, and we're getting all kinds of crazy responses, you know?
Right. I do love that about y'all and about your channel is that you don't say that everything is paranormal, and a lot of times you do leave it up to interpretation for people when you present
Mhm.
your evidence. I absolutely love that. I can't count how many people of every speck of dust, everything is something paranormal, and then that's a lot of times when I tune out. Like I love the debunking is one of my favorite things of all time, because I'm never going in going, oh, I'm going to see something paranormal. I'm going in thinking we're probably not going to get anything, and then that's when things start happening.
And they say that's what happens. People who go in thinking they're not going to get anything, and then everything just breaks loose.
Exactly. Exactly. So, since you guys have been doing this so long, like what is it that keeps you going? What is it that keeps you motivated to keep exploring the paranormal?
Me, it's my passion. My sisters, they just do it to help me out. This is my thing. But my sisters, we like spending time together when we can.
Oh,
And
I
you know,
love
when we were younger, we would go out and have fun, go out dancing and whatever. So
it.
now we're older, so we're like, well, here we are. We're just gonna go ghost hunting, We can be together doing ghost hunting.
Oh, I love it. What keeps you going, Chastity, since you love to ghost hunt with your sister?
I just do it to help her out.
Something's got to keep you there. It must be interesting,
I mean,
right?
it is pretty cool. It is pretty interesting when you start to get stuff, but when we don't get stuff, I get really bored quick and easy.
Mhm.
Oh man, that's when you start acting out, huh?
I have to keep
Yeah,
her busy because
maybe they
she
can
gets
keep this
bored.
in.
Oh, man. You're like, here, play with the K2. Here, play with this.
That's why I let her run the live feed so that way she can chat with the viewers.
Oh, there you go. That sounds like a great team.
And it keeps keeps my mind on things too, not get bored and
Right.
Well, when you're investigating, it's like fishing. You don't know what you're going to get. You might get a little bite of something,
Right.
or you might catch something. So you just don't know.
Absolutely. So how many on average places do you think you've been total? If you could throw a ballpark number out there of how many investigations have y'all been on?
Oh wow,
I know, but
um,
it's gotta be a lot.
it's a lot. Uh, Chastity, I'm thinking like
a lot
78.
here lately more than any.
I want to say it's got to be close to 70. Maybe I might be wrong, but it's a lot. We always go hard, and we don't stop in the wintertime. We still go. I
Right.
go when they don't go. So
Oh man. So you're doing double duty over there.
I do double duty. Yes.
Oh man. So you said you go by yourself. Do you ever get fearful going by yourself or have any type of different experience when it's by yourself?
Only went by myself twice. And usually if I go by myself, I'll have a follower
Oh good.
go with me, but my sisters won't be with me.
Oh,
There was one time I spent the night at a haunted bed and breakfast, and it was out in the country, two big buildings out in the country, beautiful, surrounded by cornfields and woods, nobody around me. And I got to spend the night and investigate live all night long. I even slept there with a live feed on me. It was
wow.
terrifying,
I
but
can
I
imagine,
had to overcome my fear.
right?
So because I
You
had
find
some
yourself
stuff happen
jumping
there.
hurdles. Yeah, you find
Yeah.
yourself jumping hurdles in the paranormal world. If you're not jumping hurdles, then you're just blending in with everybody else. So you got to be able to do those things.
Hmm.
But that's
Well,
braver than me. I haven't done that yet.
you have to try it. It's like you get more. I feel like you get more from spirit because you're more vulnerable. you're
Right.
alone, and I'm a medium, so when I'm alone, it's like everybody's coming in,
Yep.
and I'm a jumpy person too when I'm out there. I jump a
She
lot.
does.
I ain't gonna lie.
She
Scream,
does.
jump. I don't
She's
mean to.
you should have heard her the other night. We
Oh,
were, man, Sam was there on the other end. He was all the way in the basement, all the way on the other end of the building.
Oh my
We heard
God.
her scream so loud. We're like, what the world? We went down there hunting for her, like, what is going on?
Oh my
well,
gosh.
what happened was I was in the basement, and it is huge. I mean, this is like the biggest basement I've ever been in,
Well,
and I was clear in the back by these old big furnaces, and it was pitch black there, and I just had a little bit of light, and I was actually live on TikTok, and I still couldn't see much with my phone and the light I
right.
had. Well, I noticed I stepped on something weird, and
Ooh.
I I put my light down, and I had my boots on, and I'm like, what the?
Oh
And
no.
it was a corpse of a cat, a mummified cat.
Oh
So it
no.
terrified me, you know?
You're like, this corpse is still here. This is not something on the other side.
No, I said there's a spirit cat running around here somewhere.
Probably just sitting there looking at you the whole time in the
Like
corner, like cats do, just staring for no reason at all.
I screamed so loud, and they just they were freaking out, like, what's wrong, Mandy? But it was
So for
like
her to
this
scream
big.
out loud, like, what's going on?
It was
Oh man.
huge.
At least
Still
you had your sisters
detached.
there with you though, coming to your rescue.
She always says, Cassidy, get your ass back down here. What are you doing?
Oh,
Every time she gets scared.
I can't help it. It is what it is.
oh man, I love it. It sounds like y'all have such an amazing time. So I have to ask, what led you into the paranormal? Like, what was your first paranormal experience?
Well, the reason I started up Ghost Sisters, I've been dealing with spirits since I was young, since I was like 9 and 10. But it really got bad for me after our brother passed away when we were young. Something tragic happened to him, and he was actually the first one to come to me. And I just started having all these crazy experiences, and it seemed like everywhere I lived, I just couldn't, they wouldn't leave me alone. And my family, I'd call up my mother telling her what's going on, and she would just say, I don't know what to tell you. What do you want me to do? I said, I just want you to listen, because
Right.
I don't know what's going on, But so I've always been intrigued with it, because I've always had experiences, things that I didn't understand, but it terrified me. But I was always drawn to it, So, and just the way everything unplayed for me, it just all went in order for me. I started my mediumship, and then next thing I know, I was being drawn to start my team, and it's just been one big roller coaster ever since.
That's amazing. What about you, Chastity? That was just your sister and you're like, that's it? Or did you have an experience prior to that?
Mm-hmm. No, I just did it to help her. That's her dream, so I just help her. Like she said, it's something that for us girls to hang out and spend time together without going to the bar, drunk, doing stupid stuff. So we just go hunting.
There you go. So what was the first experience that you had when you were ghost hunting, to where you saw something and you said, "Oh my God," or "Holy crap"?
Oh, that video, that spirit, I didn't even know that was there when we seen that on the video. It was like, what?
Right.
You're talking about the Mansfield prison, right?
Yeah, we got an apparition of a guard walking back and forth at the prison when we first went.
That's awesome. Have you ever seen any kind of thing manifest in front of you, like a shadow figure or anything yet?
Yes,
Man, like
I have. Yeah, I have seen a lot of stuff out in the field. I've actually seen shadow figures. We've captured shadow figures. I had something manifest on me at the Ura Shrine. We're
Ooh.
ambassadors of the Ura Shrine. We've been going there for 3 years.
Mhm.
And so we can go whenever we want. And I've had amazing things happen to me there. Spirits calling out my name, waking me up in the middle of the night, trying to talk to me. I've had a door in the cave. I actually captured this, and it's a video on our social media. The door actually banged. It went in and out like something was pushing on it really hard. But there was something that was trying to manifest on me, and someone else at the time I had this happen, they seen the same thing. And this thing was like brown. It was like brown looking. It was like kind of clear through looking, but I could see it was brown. And I did a complete 180 trying to knock it off of me. And I watched this thing, this ball of this, whatever it was, it went flying underneath the table. Ooh. I know that sounds crazy, but it did.
No, not to me.
And so, and I seen the guy was standing there at the end of the doorway. And I went out there. I said, please tell me you just seen that. And he goes, Mandy, you had something trying to manifest on you.
Oh, it froze on us again. There we go.
But he said, Mandy, you had something trying to manifest on you.
Oh, wow. So he saw it too.
Yes, he said he's seen it.
Man, that's always good to have confirmation, especially being a medium. I have mediumship as well. And it's the same thing. It's always hard to explain to people. And then I always, in my head, I go, I'm just crazy. That's what it is. And then people will be around to confirm. And I'm like, oh, good. It's not just me. So I'm not feeling like it's just me. I've doubted myself because I never embraced it until I started the show. And so that's when I actually started to embrace my mediumship, because I kept it hidden until I just announced it on the show in season 1. I was like, well, now people are going to know.
Yep. And the only reason I got into, I'm a natural medium. When I got into this, I didn't even know this. My daughter was needing my help. She was experiencing some crazy things. And Chastity, my sister, actually is like, Mandy, you need to talk to this guy. He's a medium and he's over in Ireland. Oh, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, send me his info. And I contacted him. He ended up giving me a reading, and he says to me at the end of the reading, he says, Mandy, you're a natural medium. That's why you've been experiencing all these things. He goes, I can help you help your daughter. And I was just like, really? Yeah. And he's like, I can mentor you. So this guy mentored me for a whole year, but he mainly taught me about the chakras, how all the chakras work, how you got to have everything aligned, everything open, but I can never separate spirit. He couldn't teach me that. That's just, nope, that's not happening. Right. But that's what he did. And I was always tried to help my daughter, and she's still to this day, she doesn't want no part of it, but the child is very gifted.
I think it happens. I swear it passes through in families. That's what I've seen a lot of, because my daughter is gifted as well. So it's just been kind of the norm for us around here. We never, shirked it off or said you're having a bad dream or said you're imagining things. Yep. Like I always say, more. And I think that's kind of nurturing it. Do you feel that we're more embracing of the paranormal now versus like 15 years ago, before all the major shows started hitting the networks?
I think so.
What do you think, Chastity? Do you think we're more comfortable with the paranormal now than we used to be?
Yes. Who would ever guess we'd be ghost hunting? You would never guess how it is more common now than it's ever been. A lot of people are seeing things, hearing things, believing in it. Even pastors are all about it. I mean, it's very, very, very common now, but never was back in the day.
Right. No. Definitely. Especially we're here in Texas. So depending on what part of Texas you go to, that the paranormal is a bit different.
What part?
Deep East Texas. That's
Dallas, Texas in March.
Oh, very cool. Man, we're down here close to the Houston area.
Are you far from here, or?
From Dallas, we're probably about 4 hours. So otherwise, I was like, man, because that sounds like so much fun. I know Dallas is kind of untapped. I haven't seen a whole lot. I know things outside of Dallas, but I haven't. I'm looking forward to seeing that with you guys. Well, this
No,
is a
I'm
talk.
going for my business. She's not going. I keep telling her she
Oh, I thought you were ghost hunting there. I was like, I was getting
I
excited.
I
would.
told her we should. She's like, I don't know no places in there.
Oh,
She's an entrepreneur, so she's all over the place,
very
traveling
nice.
and. Mhm.
I love it. So, where is your favorite place that you both have gone for each of you? We'll start with Mandy. What has been your favorite place to explore?
Oh gosh, I have quite a few. Um, I'm gonna say the Ewer Shrine,
Mhm.
the Juliet Prison, and Cooper Hill has been really interesting. I've had a lot of good stuff happen there in Missouri.
Oh, very nice. So, what about you, Chastity? What's been your favorite place so far?
Shoot, I don't even remember the names of any of them. Honestly, I don't have one. She just said we're going here, and I go. Let me think. The one I really liked, it was one that there was one. It's right at the top of my head. I can't remember the name. She just told me to be here.
Was it a prison?
I actually like Mayfield better than anything because that was just like walking through web.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
like.
whole time she kept saying at the prison, Mansfield Prison, I feel like I got webs on me. And the weird thing was we weren't on the tiers at the time she would say this. We were down walking out in the open. I mean, this is high ceilings and it's really open. And she's like, I got webs on me. And I'm like,
Oh,
no, there's no webs out here. I'm not feeling no webs. And it's
there's
so
not?
big.
We ain't even been back since. We need to make another trip on it.
Oh,
I've
my.
actually been there 4 times.
Wow. That's pretty
I
I
didn't
awesome.
went
even know about that.
I went with another friend and then I filmed there and I went there with my oldest daughter. So 4 times.
Oh, very nice. So, it must be a hot spot right there.
They filmed the show The Shank or
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption there.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. So, did you experience any webs also, or that was just Chastity over here?
It was just her. I kept that prisons are not a good, it doesn't have good energy whatsoever. So a lot
Right.
of negativity. Um we got so much stuff and I usually will do isolations wherever I go. I don't think I could do one there.
Oh, yeah. I
No.
can't blame you on that.
She kept
And
yelling at me, hold on, wait on me, you're leaving me.
she
That
kept
sounds like me.
she
Like,
kept leaving me and I kept feeling like we were being followed and we were being watched and she's just rushing the whole time and I'm like, you need to slow down. Like,
right.
I can't keep up with you.
I think prisons and jails, it's that energy there because usually the people that are supposedly being sent there, it's not a pleasant experience. So the energy there already is going to be on a different level of unpleasant. And then the energy from the people in the prison are
Mhm.
usually a darker type of energy, whether they've had traumatic life experiences or they were just, I say lost souls sometimes, people that are, lost their way, but any way that goes. And then some people that are just dark. Like we have to admit, there's some people out there that are just dark beings.
Yes, they are. And they have attachments.
100%. So if you guys had a goal for a place that's like bucket list to check it off, like an ultimate goal, like where would y'all go?
The demon place,
A
The
demon.
demon house?
the
You talking
Ooh,
demon
about the
house.
demon house? That's a
where's the
good one.
demon house?
I actually was going to go there. Yeah, I was going to go there on Halloween night, but we ended up canceling that. She didn't know about it, but yes.
Oh man, so I outed you. Secret location. Oh man.
I think it's in Connecticut, maybe. I could be wrong, but there is a place. It's not that big. It's like maybe 1,200, 1,400 square foot home, and it's 400 a night. But it's been on TV. It's got a lot of history. It's bad.
Oh man.
But the places that I would love to go is Alcatraz and Dracula's Castle.
Ooh, those would be really fun.
Mhm.
Castles are high on my list too. I want to go to a castle in Ireland, and I'll know I've made it
Yes.
if I've been there. Because
Yes.
I feel like over here that America's history is newer compared to European history. So a lot of these places that were built, predate anything that was here. So
Mhm.
imagine picking up on that history going over there. That would be fun.
Yeah, you're talking kings and queens. And
Yes.
we don't talk to the kings and queens over here. You're going, like you said, way back.
Oh yeah. I think that would be a really fun adventure.
Oh, definitely.
So what adventures do y'all have coming up, speaking of which?
Well, actually, we got another investigation this Sunday in our hometown.
Oh,
And in November, we also have, I will be investigating another restaurant in our hometown. Then we're going to Indiana with Paranormal Reality TV. We got,
yay. Wow.
I hooked them guys up with 2 more locations. We will be going to Blackford County Jail for 2 nights, and then we're going to be doing the Randolph Asylum for 2 nights.
Wow, congratulations. That's going to be epic. Now, is that going to be all three sisters, all hands on deck?
Well, I wish it could be all 3.
Oh,
I'll be the only sister at Blackford County Jail, but then for the Randolph, Chastity, she will be with me.
got to have chastity because if you're screaming, somebody's got to come to your aid there. She's got your back. That's really awesome. Well, I love that. I mean, it sounds like you guys have had so many adventures. I mean,
Mhm.
there's so much we can dive into, and there's so many questions I have for y'all. Like, I don't even know where to start half the time. So I'm like, man, because I mean, having that much experience is just incredible. So, I mean, we can start with some of the surface questions. Like, what are some of the tools that you use? You mentioned the SB7 when you started off. Is there anything that you use now that's a little more advanced than the beginning, or do you stick with the basics?
Well, I do stick with some of the basics, but I've gotten more advanced equipment. We have 2 awesome spirit boxes. One is made by Jay Prather. It's the
Ooh,
intercom box, and it's also a direct link. And then we have one of my I have a personal connection with this ink box made by Katie Stafford,
oh,
Supernatural
nice.
Ink. It's an amazing device. It is like no other. And
Yeah.
I have a really old recorder that I really love. It's really sensitive and it picks up really good EVPs.
Very cool.
And I just got the new XLS camera.
Oh,
And yeah, I also have a device that only 4 people have, and it's called the Brainwave, also made by
oh,
Supernatural Inc., Katie Stafford.
nice. That's a good plug in there. We'll have to make sure we can share that link as well. So if other people are looking into that, that's really cool.
Um, I do know that I have one that was made for me. Another guy in the field has one. Jack Osborne is the other one, and
Oh,
then the guys who made the device has one. So that's all. It's such an expensive device that they couldn't keep making it because no one could, they couldn't afford it. Of course, at the time when I got it, I was lucky because it wasn't as much as I think it's going for now.
right.
But it's very unique. It's amazing, and I like it. And I've used it out in the field a
So
lot.
what's the major differences with it? What have you noticed with this device compared to others?
Well, it's kind of like the Estes method.
Mhm.
And what it is you put this device on your head, it clips to your ears, it has a sensor right here, and then you connect it to this spirit box, and it doesn't have a sweep in it. So you know how you can
Oh,
adjust the sweep? It doesn't
yeah.
have that. So it's just like one
Okay.
setting. But here's the cool part. Someone who's sensitive or medium, it works the best with. So I'll put it on at a location and they can ask me questions, or I won't know anything about the location and I'll just start tapping through. And
Wow.
it's reading my mind and it's coming through that spirit box. Whatever I'm thinking comes
Oh,
through the spirit box. And I control the sweep with my brain. I have literally made this device go fast, really
wow.
fast.
That is
So it's
so
different.
neat. And
It's
you said they
different.
have that with Jack Osborne as well? He uses
Yeah,
that?
Jack's got one too. Yes.
Man. So you're up there with the big dogs. You got the coolest equipment. Yeah.
I don't know how I got that. It was just, you know, Katie and his wife, they support the Ghost Sisters a lot. She loves us, and she always wears our T-shirts to the
Oh,
events they go to. And I was fortunate to have them make that device.
that's
Definitely.
really neat. I love that. What
And
about
we
you,
also have a
Chastity?
spray.
Oh, very cool. I was gonna say, what equipment do you use, Chastity?
We usually I like the spray when we do it. Um, so
We'll
we
have to
spray
explain it.
a lot of good pitch on that.
Sh-
There's,
She doesn't
um,
understand what that is, Chess.
yeah, we have like an app where you know how water is kinetic energy. So we put a
Mhm.
light, spray water in front of the light, and then we take a picture. We'll ask the spirits to come over there in the light. And then after spraying the water in the picture, we have like an app. We've gotten a lot of pictures.
Really? Oh, that's neat.
Let me. So what she's saying is, water is a conductor for spirit, and we have an app downloaded in the phone that has an infrared in it, and it records, and it has an Ovilus 5 in it, so it communicates when you're
Oh, very nice.
recording. So what we'll do, we'll use a lot of light, and we have a mist sprayer. One person will be recording through the app, and one person is spraying with the mist sprayer. And we will tell the spirits to come over to the light and let us get a picture of you. So it's recording everything, and you get words coming through. It talks and stuff to you. And we've gotten some really cool stuff. And
Super
when you're
cool.
done, you save that video, you go back through it really slow, and sometimes you capture some of the amazing pictures of spirit. And we've probably got about 4, 5 really good, clear pictures of spirit.
What?
No denying that it's a person there. It's
Right?
interesting. So
That is epic. And that's what it's all about, is coming down to try to different things, new things, and
I think he
experiment and
froze.
to
Frozen.
show.
I love
Okay.
technology.
Yes. I'm not tech savvy, so I'm trying to learn more and more equipment. So I've started off with the basics, and I'm hoping with our season 2 that I can get into a little bit more complicated things and try different methods. Like the Estes method we tried on season 1, so that's one of our favorites. So especially since you having mediumship where you can, control those things and they can channel through you.
Speaking of that, I actually do spiritual writing too. I haven't done the spiritual writing in probably about 4 or 5 months,
Mhm.
but I used to do it constant. Every investigation, I'd take 10 minutes out, go in, and I'd channel and I'd write.
Oh, that's
And
really neat.
then I
I
would
never
take
tried
that,
that before.
I would take it and compare it to anything we got.
Mhm.
So,
What do
yeah,
you end up writing? Is it end up being words? Is it symbols?
words. It's like it's not like you see on TV how they're writing out really fast. No.
Right.
No, it's words, and I'll get numbers, but yeah, they make sense. I'm writing out names and things. So
Wow.
we've tried to do different things sometimes, change it up a little bit. Yeah.
I may have to try the spiritual writing. Like now that you've mentioned it, it's like I may have to try that. So do you sit for 10 minutes and let something come through to you, or you immediately start writing? How does it work?
Nope. I just sat there, open myself up, and I say, okay, I'm inviting you in, but nothing bad can channel through me. Only the good spirits. And I just start instantly connecting. It's kind of weird. It looked like I'm in a trance because they're like moving me, and then,
Right.
so I'm just writing as I go. So it's definitely different. It really is. I was drawn to do that. I didn't know I was going to do that.
Wow.
I just had a feeling one day. I was like, I kept feeling like spirit wanted me to do that. And next thing I know, I was doing it. No one taught me. I taught myself.
So you
So
were winging it and it worked.
yes.
What
Yeah.
kind of medium empath are you? Are
Uh,
you?
Mine is a lot of times audio, like I hear a lot of times, like I can walk in and it's like I'm hearing conversation.
Clairaudience.
Yeah, the
Clairaudience.
audience. And then a lot of times I can see things manifesting really faintly. Other
Mm.
times it starts getting clearer, and that's when I start getting jumpy. And I think when they sense that, they pull back a little bit because
Okay.
usually it's not to induce fear, but it's something that I had since I was a child, and then it started coming to me in dreams, and things started getting very heavy with premonitions, and I started trying to pray it away, which, as you know, anyone that has gifts, you can't pray it away, but it repressed it. And then as we started ghost hunting, it was suddenly when I'm around other mediums and other gifted people, it started enhancing. It was almost as if they were yelling at me. It was loud. And I was like, that's unmistakable. No one is hearing that. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's like they're
Yeah.
yelling at me. Like, could you not yell at me?
So you
So
do
that's basically how.
reading too?
Yes. I stopped doing readings this year because of my health. I have lupus. And so
Oh, my friend has lupus.
and so it's really hard to, when your body needs all the energy it can to function, and with lupus it's already fighting itself. Then you
Mm-hmm.
invite spirits in to drain that energy and you have no energy to fight anymore. So then you're just kind of like, it takes me from the investigations at least 2 weeks to recover, at
Oh, wow.
least 2
Wow.
weeks. And we're generally doing B-roll filming, trying to do interviews. And so I'm exhausted because I'm doing it all. I don't get to just go investigate, which would be fantastic. So I sneak on to little investigations from time to time so I can get the enjoyment instead of, oh, we're not filming right now. I can actually just talk to a spirit, or I can
Mm-hmm.
just enjoy the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
my
that's
good friend has lupus. That's serious stuff.
it's rough. So I was doing readings for a while when I started embracing my gifts. I've helped a lot of people. I invited them to my office and I started helping people. And then it just got to be at some points just making me really sick. And everyone on our entire team with SPI that we work with, Spring Paranormal Investigators, and the beauties, they all said, you have to stop. You're getting sick. Like, you have to stop or you're not going to be able to do the other stuff. So I pulled back. So every now and then I'll sneak on TikTok and someone usually outs me. It takes about 10 minutes if I'm in a group chat and someone goes, oh, she's a medium, ask her questions. And then I get 40 questions. I go, I just want to watch the ghost hunting.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Well,
like I'm
that's
just watching TikTok.
She's got nice
that,
hair. She's losing her hair. She's got good hair from having lupus. She's losing her hair.
Yeah, it depends on medication. The medication I started this past, you should have seen how much hair I had. I used to have a thick head of hair all down to my back, and I've lost a lot of it. So I had to get on good medication just to start growing my hair back and doing that. Like, I just had it done today. Hashtag trademark salon.
Looks nice.
yeah, it's
They did my
beautiful.
hair today. This is not how I normally do my hair. If it looks that good, it's probably a wig. Like I said, the beauty aspect is just for a portion of our show. But I really love what y'all do. Like, when we first started, I had trouble finding female teams. Why do you feel that there's not more female teams out there?
Well, I don't know. Same here. We only found a couple when we first started, but then we started seeing a lot more was coming on. They were more. There's
Right.
more out there than there was when that I can recall when we first started.
Right.
And I think that is, I don't know really. It's hard to
Randy
say.
started at 10. She started one in Marion. Now there's other Marion people starting their own team.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, maybe y'all are the trendsetters. Maybe y'all started, setting the example. Y'all are probably the
Well,
trendsetters.
people get hooked. If you take them on an investigation, they get hooked. People
Yeah.
that's never been on one, and then next thing you know, they want to keep going, and it's like, I can't keep taking you,
Right.
But I don't know why there's not more. watching the shows on TV, you never see an all-female team. It's always been one woman or just nothing but men, you know?
Like I've seen mostly that I always feel like the woman is the accessory. It's like, oh, we gotta
Y-
have one. So it kind of
y-
feels like, oh, we gotta have one for ratings. Throw in a
y-
girl, you know.
Yeah, or just have one appear every now and then on the show, like a medium or a psychic or
Right.
whatever, come on and yeah.
Right.
But
That's what I got when I watched it as well. Like I was sitting there going like I love all the ghost hunting shows. Like I love the different aspects and different perspectives, but I really wanted to see like I'm addicted to shows like I liked Selling Sunset as well. So I was like, why can't, ladies dress up and go ghost hunting? Why can't we do that? So that's how we actually started our first season. You know, I thought that would be amazing if a ghost comes at you and you're wearing high heels and you can't run. Like, this is every Jason movie ever. I was like, we have to do that.
I would definitely trip.
I would definitely break a leg.
I
But
haven't tripped just yet. But I told the
Oh, she
people
did.
filming if I do, just film it.
I
and
wear
zoom.
boots. If she heard me.
Yes,
She's
I wear
frozen.
boots too. I'm a boots
Do
girl.
I wear boots, but not with the real skinny heel, but there is a heel, a flat like
Right.
a square, not
I can do a
the
little
long.
hill, but not
There you
big.
go.
Because if
Well,
I'm
ladies,
going to be
it's
out,
almost 9 o'clock. I got to get going. I have to jump on
Oh,
those.
well, thank you, Chastity, for joining
yeah,
us. We had
You're
so much
welcome. Thanks for having me. Sorry I had to
Oh,
leave so soon.
oh, that's okay. Well, I'm just glad you jumped in.
All right,
That's
we
gonna
can.
all
be
right,
handy.
all right,
Well, nice
Chas.
meeting you.
Oh, nice meeting you as well.
But
Yeah,
she my sister, yeah, she's a businesswoman,
love
but
it.
I wear the black boots, that go about up to my knees. They're comfortable, it goes with the look that I wear. I love it in the wintertime.
Yes.
I have like two different styles of those boots, and yeah, I gotta have comfortable boots though because I'm gonna be on my feet for like 5 hours. So
Exactly. That was going to be my next question is how long do your explorations and ghost hunts usually go for? How long are you usually at locations?
usually we'll get there around 8 o'clock, set up our cameras, and by the time we're ready to go live, it's like 9:30. We'll be there till 3 in the morning, or sometimes till 4 or 5. It just
Ooh.
really depends. My sister gets tired quick. She's like, "Oh, I'm going home." So I'm,
Oh no.
either I'm ready to leave or I'm ready to stay. If I'm getting a lot of activity, I'm staying.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, she's she's all about like, I can't be out late. I'm like, you can be out. She just gets tired because she gets up early in the morning because she's a businesswoman. So she starts her meetings in the morning and it's like all day long. So
That's me too. I'm usually up in the morning, so sometimes I haven't gone to bed. So I try to schedule time if I can, like little spaces
you
between
froze a
because
little bit
I
there.
have so long to recover from all of that. We're filming. We got the film crew, so we do a lot of cinematic stuff with our show. I don't know if you've seen any of the episodes, but we do some of the cinematic. Oh, see what
I
happens when
can't
it's meant
say
for
stuff
me.
either, girl. I talk all crazy. I say my own I make up my own words sometimes. And then I'll hear myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, I jacked that word all up.
Oh,
You know?
that's me. But learning the pareidolia word, I think, was something that I was educated
Yeah.
on a podcast yesterday, and I was like, wait, how are we saying this? How do we say this? Like, I need help. I need hooked on phonics, like right now. It's like, do they
Yeah,
still
because I call it pareidolia. I don't.
no clue how to say it? You can't say it
Yeah.
wrong because I can't say it right. So however you're saying it sounds right to me. Well, I am very blessed that I had y'all on today because I know y'all are so busy. Y'all are going on cases, you're doing investigations. So I really appreciate you taking the time today. I'm going to give a little the outro. I was going to say intro, outro for everybody that's watching. I want everybody to start tuning in to watch you guys and subscribe so they don't miss those lives because that's the exciting stuff. You don't know what you're going to get when you're live. So thank you so much for coming on my show. And everyone, thank you for tuning in. We have had the Ghost Sisters with us today, sharing the most intimate parts of ghost hunting, the scariest, the most loving, and the most generous, exciting adventures they've had. We are blessed to have you. Everybody, if you're tuning into Ghost Hunting Beauties, don't forget to do the same for us, to like and share and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And thank you for coming on. I hope we get to have you back another time. That would be epic. I would love to have all three of you. That would be the goal. So we're going to make that happen. So if you want to see all three of the sisters on here, don't forget to comment and don't forget to tell us. And even if you've had some experiences with us, tell us about their show, what you like. We love feedback. We're feedback junkies. All right, so thank you for having us, and thank you for being on our show. It's been a great adventure. We really appreciate it.